Hey there, welcome back. Or if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Ashley Dole, CEO of Dole Dev and government sales strategist with 15 years in the trenches. I'm not just talking about this stuff from the sidelines, I'm actively executing, measuring results, and continuously improving right alongside the contractors I work with. At Dole Dev, we help government contractors work smarter, not harder, specializing in the systems and processes that actually move the needle. This channel, GovConHacks, exists because I believe education should be accessible to everyone, not locked behind a paywall. So we're bringing you the real tips, the ones that actually matter. If you're new here, head over to govconhacks.com for more resources and come connect with us on LinkedIn. You can find me personally and the GovConHacks page, both linked below. And we also have a free Facebook community where you can ask questions, share wins, and connect with other contractors. The link for that's in the description too. If you haven't already, hit subscribe so you don't miss any new trainings. It's all free and it keeps everything that we put out right at your fingertips. If you're enjoying what you're learning here and you want to go a little deeper, you can check out our more comprehensive trainings at govconhacks.com/training. And if this video brings you value, one of the best ways that you can say thanks is clicking the three dots at the bottom right of the video and hitting send thanks. It does genuinely help keep this free content coming. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, first thing we're going to do is talk about why this matters. And I do want to give a shout out to an audience member, a member of our community who let me know that the existing video on this subject is a little outdated. So the SAM UI has changed recently. That's user interface. So I know this sounds simple, but this is genuinely one of the biggest time savers in government contracting. Saving your searches and setting up notifications in SAM.gov. And here's the reality. I talk to contractors all the time who are logging into SAM every single day. They manually type in the same keywords, the same codes, the same filters, and then scroll through pages and pages of results, just trying to figure out what's new. That's not really a business development strategy, is it? That's a chore. So, what ends up happening? You miss things. You find an opportunity 2 days before the response deadline, or worse, you find it the day after it closed, right? And you're sitting there thinking, how did I miss that? I was just on Zoom yesterday. The answer is almost always the same. You didn't have a system, you had a habit, and habits break. Systems don't, not at least in the same way. So, we're going to cover how to build a repeatable automated process inside SAM.gov. So, we're going to call this the freeway. And that'll make sure the right opportunities are coming to you instead of you having to go hunting every single morning. This is the foundation of working smarter, not harder. All right. So, let's go ahead. We are on screen here on SAM.gov. We have created our account. You do need to be signed in. This is important. You cannot save searches or set up notifications unless Sam knows who you are. So if you don't have an account, pause this video, go to sam.gov, create your account, and then come back. It's free. There's no reason not to have an account. Right. Step two, we're going to start by clicking on search and navigating to contracting and contract opportunities. Now you'll see here on the left-hand side, my filters are visible there. And you can see you can do keywords, all words, any words, or exact phrase. This is very important if you're using keywords to set up your search. We'll come back to that a little bit later. We want to make sure that what we're seeing are relevant opportunities. It becomes very confusing, especially for new contractors, when the opportunities appear in your search, but they're labeled inactive, or they're active, but the date's passed. So, what we're going to do to make sure to eliminate that area of confusion is just update our response date offers due to the next 3 months. I'll see if I can make this a little bit bigger here while we're going through. All right. Offers due next 3 months. That will make sure that everything that you're seeing is current, open, and active. The next thing that we're going to do is go down here to notice type. Now, notice there are several different types of notices that might come. The ones most commonly captured are solicitation, combined synopsis solicitation, sometimes award notice or justification if you, especially, are subcontracting and you want to know when a contract was awarded. You may also check award notices. There are so many different ways that you can use this system. For this use case, though, because I am a big fan of engaging in the acquisition early as possible, I'm going to set up pre solicitation and sources sought. And just to eliminate margin of error, I'm going to throw the special notices in there too. And you may ask, why are you putting special notices in there? Well, I do notice that in some cases, a government buyer may be newer to their role and they may miscategorize something. I don't want that to be a reason that I don't see what I'm looking for, right? So I'm going to select just these three notices. Now, I will recommend after we're done with this one to go ahead and set up a very similar search with the same criteria, except your notice type is going to be solicitation, consolidate bundle, or combined synopsis solicitation. That will notify you of opportunities that are in the competition phase of the procurement cycle. Okay, now the one I want to caution you away from adjusting is going to be this one, the set aside column. And let me give you some context as to why I'm recommending that. If you're engaging in the market research phase of the procurement cycle, one of the reasons the government is doing market research is to determine a set aside. So if you put a set aside in here, you're almost never going to see these notices. Furthermore, if you put a set aside in here, you're limiting yourself to opportunities that have already been shaped, right? So I'm going to leave that blank. Next thing, place performance if that matters. You don't want to be bothered with opportunities that are outside of your work area, for example, if you're in specialty trades. In this case, I am going to go ahead and select the United States, because I only work CONUS. That is continental United States. Okay. Now it's time to put in our core competencies. There's multiple ways to do that. I do recommend not utilizing a NAICS code, at least not for your first pass. And the reason is because if you put NAICS codes in, and let's say a source of SOT doesn't have a NAICS code assigned to it yet, it may not route to you. So I like to use keywords and or keywords and product service codes. For this use case, I'm just going to do training, curriculum development. And these are keywords that I have seen in past procurements. I'm not just picking them out of a hat, and I'm not using my commercial keywords either. There is some variance there. I'm going to also use educational support. And we're going to do any words. So if I were to have selected all words, all three of these options would have had to have appeared for it to show a result. So I'm going to select any words. I want it to contain one, some, or all of the keywords that I entered. Now I've got 945 results. We're going to have to narrow this down a little bit. In order to do that, I'm going to go down to my product service code column. Now, I can see already there's some stuff in here that doesn't really apply. Sampling software, that's not training. So how do we narrow that down? I go ahead here and I'm going to look at the U category. U is education and training. Now that's restricting me to just what is in the U category. I've narrowed my list from over 900 down to 22. I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead up here to the right side and I'm going to click save on my search. And I'm going to give it a name, up to 45 characters. This is going to be sources sought for training. And we'll click save. Okay. Now our search is saved. We can go up here to our saved searches and recall this at any time. Now I'll show you how to turn on your notifications. Notifications are important to keep you from having to log in here every day and check, right? Sam must be having a problem. Let me go ahead and refresh. There we go. Here is the search that I just saved. So if you expand it, you'll see your exact criteria. Pro tip here, take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of my search, especially after I found out that it works very well. And I'm going to place that into a document that's shared with my team. Contrary to popular belief, having a data entry role, or any role for that matter, in the opportunities area does not necessarily, as of today, the recording of this video, import the searches from the company profile. So you may choose to have a document of the safe searches that work for your company so that each of your employees can set up their own searches if they're going to be responsible for capture. And this is, of course, if you don't have one of those fancy feed systems that you're using. A lot of those systems will aggregate the data from many sources, one of which includes SAM. So if you already have a system and notifications set up elsewhere, if you already have a bid match profile through your Apex Accelerator, for example, you may find this would be a duplication of effort. Now, if you want to go ahead and set up your searches, click on the three dots next to your search and click that notify. If you get tired of those notifications, you can always click on those three dots again and click Stop Notifying. All right, that is it. So when you get a notification from SAM, this is what that email is going to look like. So it'll tell you the title of the search, but it's not going to have a whole lot in the body of the email in the way of details. So you'll just want to click here. And if you're not logged in, it will prompt you to log in, and it will take you right to your saved search to allow you to go through this. Now, one very time consuming piece to capture is the documents, right? Downloading all of those documents, putting them into our pipeline. If you happen to be a Monday.com user, we do have an app called FedOps that will automatically grab the documents from SAM and push them right into your pipeline so that your proposal team can start working on it. Otherwise, that process is just going to be a little bit more manual. And that's okay because we all have to start somewhere, right? You will find all your documents for all of your notices down at the bottom. This one doesn't have any attachments, but here's where you'll find them. And you'll want to take each of those into consideration before preparing your response. All right, back to Sam. Now, if you do decide to bid on an opportunity, there is one important thing I want to leave you with here today before we hang up. Similar to the way that we set up notifications in our system, if you do make a go decision on an opportunity, meaning you have qualified it for proposal preparation, do yourself a favor, click these three dots at the very top of your screen and click follow. That will make sure that you get email notifications also for the opportunity that you are targeting. So if any amendments are posted, if anything changes, if it gets canceled, etc., you should be notified based on your having followed the opportunity. Now, one thing I want you to be aware of, notifications in SAM are not real time, so don't treat them like breaking news. They're not instantaneous, there is a slight delay. Sometimes that could be a few hours, sometimes it's longer. So if you're relying entirely on those email notifications to tell you when something new posts, you may be a day or two behind someone who's checking those saved searches directly on the platform. So my recommendation is going to be use notifications as your safety net, not your primary method. Log in, check your saved searches at least 2 or 3 times a week, more if you're in active pursuit mode. And these email alerts, use these to catch anything that you might have missed between those logins. We did talk about keeping that saved document outside of SAM to aid your teammates. And then be sure the last thing I'll leave you with as far as tips go in searches, audit your searches quarterly. Look, your business changes, your targeted agencies shift, you add new capabilities, you drop old ones. But most people sort of set up their searches once and they never touch them again. Think about our most recent administration change. The entire government contracting industry was flipped upside down. Terminology changed, code usage changed. If we haven't updated our searches in the last several months, now is the time to do so. So every quarter, sit down and ask, are these searches still aligned with where my business is going? Am I getting opportunities that actually match what I can compete on? Am I missing the targeted market I should be watching? If your safe searches are 6 months old and your BD strategy has evolved, you're using last year's map to navigate this year's road. So, time to update them. All right. That is it for today. If this video was helpful, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, and let me know how you're using safe searches in your business. And share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, work smarter, not harder. I'll see you in the next video, guys. That's it for today. If this was helpful, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below. Let me know how you're using this information in your business and share it with someone who needs to hear it. If you want to go deeper on any of this, check out training.govconhacks.com for more comprehensive courses and come join the conversation in our free Facebook community. Links in the description. And don't forget, click those three dots at the bottom right and hit send thanks if this brought you value. Until next time, work smarter, not harder. We'll see you in the next training.